Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Crypto Express, where it's my goal to keep you up to date and let you know what's going on in the crypto space, where the money's going, so you can act fast and make as much money as possible this bull run. Because as we know, the bull run is here. It's here and it's on fire. All right, let us get started. Please like and subscribe. So first we're going to start by following Bitcoin, because everything revolves around Bitcoin. Bitcoin's pumping, everything starts to pump. So here we'll see, this is Bitcoin's active chart on Bybit. You'll find my link below if you want to sign up. It's been fighting around 62,000. I actually put a long in yesterday, so far so good. I'm feeling bullish. We take a look on CoinGecko. I enjoy going to CoinGecko because it just gives you a bigger bird's eye view. This is the last 24 hours, the last 7 days. It's been on the rise. Like I was saying yesterday, it's not a time to be on the sidelines wondering if you should get in and buy some. Buy some. It's not financial advice, but buy some. This is Bitcoin in the last month. It's just pumping. It's taking off. Key pieces of news that you should know is Carlson Group, which is a company registered with a federal or state regulatory agency to provide investment advice, is now offering these 4 that you can see highlighted on the screen, these 4 Bitcoin spot ETFs to their clients. So we have more mass adoption happening. And then next we have BlackRock, which is the world's largest asset manager. I think they're richer than like several nations in the world. They announced today that they are launching in Brazil. The launch of BDR, iShares, Bitcoin Trust ETF in Brazil. It's outrageous. It's called B3. It is insane. Now we have Brazil. We already had Hong Kong. We have China. It's crazy. All right. And then we have Gary Cardone updating us, basically sharing what I already shared with you, which is we have the largest green candle in history. And then he says, wake up. Seriously, look at this candle. This is where we're at right now in history. This is what we're living through right now. You're like, welcome if you're here. You made it just in time. And I'm going to share some key tokens that are pumping that'll give you an opportunity to jump in and make some money. All right. So here we have Morgan Stanley evaluating whether or not to offer Bitcoin ETFs to its clients. It says, since spot Bitcoin ETFs went live in January, chatter has increased about the imminent arrival of the big registered investment advisor network and broker-dealer platforms. So it basically says here, Morgan Stanley is deciding whether to offer spot Bitcoin ETFs to customers of its largest brokerage platform. And that's because there's talk. I thought of sharing this, but I wasn't clear on it, so I didn't want to share it as fact. But there has been talk and chatter in the behind the scenes that all these inflows of Bitcoin purchase have not even been brought in through sales teams. So this is just organic inflow into Bitcoin ETFs now that they're available. But this has not been an aggressive outreach on behalf of these financial institutions, financial advisors. Typically, that's the way it works at these investment firms, is they have financial advisors, which many of you may know, but they work at these investment firms and they have a book of clients and they call them and they all, they talk to them about their portfolio and new opportunities. So it's been sad, and I will do some more research and confirm this to you, but it sounds like the inflows that have come into Bitcoin have just been organic. This is not because of any push, because for the most part, many of these financial advisors from some of these top institutions, they don't fully understand Bitcoin enough to sell it yet. So this is like just to let you know that the bull run has not even slightly begun to start to happen. So if you're worried, you feel like you're missing the boat, you're not. You're so not. You're so early. Next, we just have some funny news. This is from the president of El Salvador, for those of you who don't know. And he's basically just replying to Peter Schiff. And it just really shows you how Bitcoin has gone so mainstream now, where you have a president of a nation from Latin America, from El Salvador, that has been this minute little country with, a poor country, talking to Peter Schiff, which is this, he's considered a gold bug. He's all about gold, and he's always hating on Bitcoin. We have come to realize and decide that we think, him being a hater against Bitcoin is just his brand at this point. He can't change it anymore, but who knows. So Peter Schiff is just hating on Bitcoin, saying, like, telling all of us, Bitcoin maxis, as you call them, or maximalists, saying, talk about those profits after you sell and realize them. As if saying, like, who cares if it's pumping, like, go cash out and go realize them, and then let's talk. And so that's his response to him, is like, cry harder, kiss winky face. Anyway, it's funny, just drama in crypto space. But it shows you how mainstream Bitcoin's gotten. So anyway, this chart shows us the relationship, shows us the pattern we have to look out for before Bitcoin breaks out historically. And it says what you have to look out for are higher lows, which you see here, right? Each low that you see is higher than the previous low, right? This one's higher than this one. This one's higher than this one, right? So when you start to notice the staircase motion where each low is higher than the previous, and then, the highs are lower than the previous high, that always implies a breakout. Like, this is a breakout pattern. So this is what we're saying. Once alts make a higher high and a lower high, I'm going all in on alts. So this is the breakout pattern we're watching. And it looks like we are almost there. And yes, this is Bitcoin's chart. As we mentioned earlier, it's the largest green candle in history. This is what we are witnessing. So I'm not sure when I'll close out my leveraged long, but for now I'm having fun. All right. And this tweet is funny, but it really, it paints a picture. This is how we know. Right here, the second chart. This is like the smell of retail. That's what this guy's saying. You see how before it was just like all steady and like flat? These are all the diehard crypto Bitcoin maxis. This is like bear market when everybody left, that were just here for the money and like quick gains and like didn't really actually believe in the crypto space. They weren't building anything. They didn't believe in what it represents, which is like power to the people, because now our money is decentralized, it's independent and separate of any country, right? It's not the US dollar, it's not the euro, it's not the peso, it's decentralized. It belongs to everyone and no one. And although some of these companies are centralized, they are owned. But regardless, what you see on the rise up represents the fact that retail, as we call them, or like everybody, like even us, well, not me, but maybe you, if you're watching this channel, it's the sign of new people coming into the crypto space. That's what this means. And then this chart brings us into the tokens I want to share with you. So just hang tight. I'm going to try to go through this as fast as possible. But it shows the relationship between crypto and meme coins being adopted and recognized as valuable. And as you will notice, they're very similar. And it just is basically telling us that, we're right here, right? 2024, that we haven't even begun to see real adoption of meme coins, which is what we are going to talk about for the remainder of this show. If we go to Banter Bubbles, this is where I get a lot of my news. If you go right here to Newsroom, they have an amazing research team. You will see my face is a little bit in the way. Let me see if I can move Shiba over here. See, it's so cool. It's such a visual example of your investments. Shiba is up 11%. It's all about Shiba. Doge is up 8%. It actually went up since I started making this video. We have Pepe down here, which is down for the moment, but they're doing good in general. Keep your eye on Pepe. Pepe is going to pump. And Bonk over here. I have some Bonk. Maybe I should long it. And then we have Solana. We're going to talk about Solana as well. Okay, that is where all the crypto OGs, everyone who knows a lot about crypto, they've been here. This is like their third bull cycle. They just know what they're seeing. And they're saying it's all about meme coins. And here we have the top meme coins that you should be watching. Doge, Shiba, Bonk, Pepe, and Dogwifhat, which is very new. It's only a few months old and it's already made it into the top 100. Amazing. In the last 24 hours, and I was talking about Dogwifhat yesterday, it has had 200 million in spot volumes. A spot is basically where, you could just buy it directly. And then perpetual volume, this would be like your futures, like leveraging. This is separate. So it's had 1 billion in perpetual volumes, but still no tier 1 listing. Tier 1 referring to an exchange like a Binance or like a Bybit. So once it does have a listing, you better bet like Dogwifhat will explode. That's my bet anyway. And then this tweet is interesting, and it really just paints a picture like, wow, the bull run is here. You know, it says we are close to having 4 meme coins hit $1 billion in market cap, for like the amount of circulating supply times the cost of that meme coin. Okay, we have 4 of them hitting $1 billion. And Bitcoin has not even hit its all-time high. Like, let that sink in. And then they go on to say, I can't think of a single protocol that even came close to that. So it just paints a picture like, imagine once Bitcoin hits all-time highs, like where these tokens are going to go. They're going to fly. And then the next token, as I was saying earlier, is Solana. Solana went up significantly, like 12.5% today. Wild. In the last 7 days, it's been slow and steady up. Some corrections, which are always normal. Never get worried about this. Solana is projected to pop off because, as you will see on the screen, it has officially, it's breaking out of its previous resistance, all-time high. So this is why everyone has their eyes on Solana, and maybe you should too. But this is not financial advice. And then the third token we're talking about is Sui Network. And this tweet is just, it's suspicious. Here we have Sui Network. I believe this is the founder. I'm not sure. Yeah, co-founder. Here with 2, they're saying because Sui is a parallel execution protocol. That's my dog scratching over there. Anyway, he wants to go to bed. It's midnight here, guys, but I wanted to bring you this video. So it looks like Sui's cooking something. So keep your eye on Sui. This is Sui in the last 24 hours. The last 7 days, quite volatile. The last month, but in the last 3 months. That's why it's so important. That's why I love going to CoinGecko, because you can zoom out, you know. On a lot of these trading platforms, you can only see up to 1 month. But if you go here to CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, you can zoom out and it really gives you a picture, you know. So like maybe it's down now, maybe it's side trending, but what is it like in the big picture? And it really paints a picture of how it's doing. So all eyes on Sui, which it's already great tech. And then there's this new token. Keep your eyes out, okay? It's called Cetus or Cetus protocol. And it's basically just announcing it received a strategic investment from Sui Foundation. Wow. This is Cetus protocol. This is the 24-hour chart, 7-day chart, 1 month, kind of low, 3 months. But you see how it's on the rise up. Important. Very cheap considering all. It's at 11 cents. Small market cap, 36 million. So it has a lot of room to go. That's the advantage of small caps versus the large caps, is that you can make a lot more money on the small caps. And this would still be considered like a small cap, which is just, of course, the value of the circulating supply times the value of that token in that moment. So eyes on Cetus. Let me go back up for a second. Eyes on Cetus and Sui, because if Cetus goes up, we better bet and believe Sui is going to go up too. So eyes on Sui, eyes on Cetus, eyes on Dogwifhat. And then the last one that broke out today is Turbo's Finance. This is in the last 24 hours. You can see clearly. Broken out, some correction, which is just normal. Pumped again. Looks like we're dipped. Opportunity to buy, maybe, maybe not. and then most likely should pop off. But I'm just sharing opportunities with you. My team has checked it out and it's validated. It's not a scam. It's a good team, good everything. So that's why I'm bringing it to you. But that doesn't mean it's financial advice. I'm just sharing what is popping off right now and where the opportunities may be. And then lastly, we're going to close with this tweet, which is just a word of advice and wisdom, which says, as you'll see on the chart in a second, but it says, we're at the part of the cycle where volatility, or like dramatic price action, increases into an eventual all-time high breakout, but most likely many casualties are made by our enemy FOMO. So once again, I talked about it in yesterday's video, but FOMO is fear of missing out, of course. And when you feel like, just remember these words, okay? I hope you remember. But when you feel like you're missing out on everything and you go start to panic buying, like calm down and stop. Stop. That's why it's so important that you're here now, you're learning, and the tokens I'm bringing to you, these are good projects. Okay, they're not going to be scammed. I'm just going to like knock on wood. I don't even believe in that, but I'm going to knock on wood anyway. They're not scams, according to the research that the research team from where I'm getting this information has validated. They're going to be good projects, but that doesn't mean I'm investing in all of them. I would tell you, and you can always ask me if I'm investing in any of these that I'm sharing, and I'm not receiving any token allocations for any of these projects I'm sharing. I'm just sharing what are good opportunities. And once again, when you feel FOMO, like stop, just stop. You know, this is why you need to buy into, have your portfolio diversified. I'm thinking of doing a collaboration with a few different top crypto influencers. Some of them you may know, including my partner Kyle Chasse, to talk about portfolio distribution, how we should be managing our portfolios. Because if you can set it up right in the beginning and you allocate a certain amount to different types of tokens, then you're in a good place. You know, your risk has been mitigated. It's been diversified. Anyway, and he's just saying, like, be patient, catch dips, don't buy a rip. So when it's like pumping, it's not the time to buy. Like, just don't buy. Wait until it corrects on any of these good token projects that I'm sharing with you, and then you buy. Anyway, with that said, we are at the end of our video today. I'm still a little sick, but I am doing so much better, and I wanted to bring you this video as soon as possible. So that said, be safe out there. Don't buy into FOMO. Take a look at these projects once again, and I will be back here again tomorrow to share more updates with you and opportunities. All right, ciao. Take care.